Imagine you're the supply chain manager at a major food distribution company. You're running refrigerated trucks all over the country, each filled with 35 tons of your most sensitive asset, perishable fruits and vegetables, and you just lost track of part of your fleet. You're in the dark, with no guarantee that the products will remain at the right temperature or arrive on time. You have two options: let the food reach the customers and risk foodborne illness, or throw it out and lose millions of dollars while adding to the 40% of U.S. food that gets wasted each year. These are the moments in a supply chain that can make or break an operation.
There's a lot that goes into our food. The inputs are varied, and so anytime any of these can go wrong, that creates quite a bit of risk.
Supply chains are complex systems. A small change in one place in a system leads to much larger change down the line.
Supply chains have existed since the beginning of commerce. They move goods from manufacturing plants to retailers to shipping companies and beyond.
In the old days, supply chains were much more clustered geographically. We got to know one another. Sales managers would come over to a manufacturer and have lunch with them. We've kind of lost that connectivity.
Modern-day supply chains are more intricate than ever before. As customers want products delivered faster than ever, production sites now span the globe, working together while sitting thousands of miles apart.
We have access to more suppliers. We're dependent on them, which means that their faults can be our faults and our faults can be theirs.
Globalization puts all this on steroids. Even if you didn't think about cultural differences, just the fact that you're not co-located creates issues.
The key to success in modern-day supply chains is visibility. Supply chain visibility seems like a simple idea: being able to track and monitor your physical assets from production to distribution, but it has complex implications.
Visibility in the supply chain allows a manufacturer, retailer, or even a supplier to know what's going on upstream and downstream within the value chain.
You may have two parties who may not necessarily have fully aligned interests. One of those parties cannot see what the other party is doing, creates conflicts. Visibility leads to the control. If there is a delay or a disease, a parasite, that would get immediately communicated.
If you have information about 90% of your supplier's inventory, that essentially is incomplete. Visibility is very much dependent on complete information.
So let's go back to your fleet of produce trucks that you've just lost contact with. Your visibility has been compromised, leaving you vulnerable. How can you better prepare and reinforce your supply chain so it's more ready to respond in the future? The answer begins with technology. Goods can now be digitized, tracked, and turned into analyzable data.
Technology allows you to see. You basically know what it is that your supplier has, what they're doing, where things are, coordinating everything along the way.
The paradox is that we still depend on interorganizational relationships even more than before.
Global projects are not just about distance and time, they're also about people. Having this alignment is how people work across boundaries.
I have to be able to do something with visibility. And in order for me to do so, I need to have a trained, active, and engaged group of folks that knows what it means and knows how to react to the information.